Hello, the YouTube community. Once again, it's your favourite weather wizard here, aka the Modern Reformer, and this is the second instalment of the Weather Wizard Report. Now, as I promised yesterday, yes, it's going to be grill roastings of the dirty dozen of the celebrities, or so-called celebrities, that I named on the list. So, but what I'm going to do is go from bottom to top, not top to bottom. So, Katie Hopkins, you will be last on the list. So, you'll be spared the sheer shame of what I'm going to say to you last. So, who was on the bottom of the list? Yes, it was Dominic Cummings, the spin doctor. Yes, dickhead Cummings. So, where shall I begin? Where shall I begin to roast Dominic Cummings? Yes, this man is a spin doctor, the head advisor to Boris Johnson. Or shall I say Boris Johnson's real name is Alexander. So, the advisor to Alexander Johnson. He came up with the idea of lockdown, the lockdown rules and the social distancing rules, and spun it to Alexander Johnson. And Johnson said, "That's a really good idea, well done, good night." Yeah. So, on the 23rd of March, lockdown was activated. About the 27th, good old Boris caught COVID-19. And guess who was running away from the scene like a stupid little girl he is? Yes, Dominic Cummings, the twat himself. The one who came up with the lockdown rules was running like a little girl. And guess where he ran to? He ran all the way to his house and said, "Love, we have to go. I think I may have the symptoms." And of course, she had the symptoms. "We can't find childcare for our kid who's got Asperger's syndrome, so we'll bugger off all the way up to Durham." Yeah, Durham. A 260 trip there, which is a 520-mile round trip all in all. Yes, am I right? Have I got my calculations right? Answers on the postcard, please. So, what did he do? Packed his wife, who was suffering from COVID-19, and put his kid in the back of the car with a sufferer. A kid with Asperger's syndrome. Because he couldn't find not healthcare, but childcare where he lived. He didn't want the aggro of people going, "You're a nasty man, Cummings, you're a nasty man." So he went 260 miles all the way to County Durham to his father's estate to find healthcare, and basically got his niece and his niece to look after the kid. Mind you, the house they stayed in was separate from the main estate. That's no excuse, Mr. Cummings. You broke the spirit of the lockdown, and you know it. So while on your staycation, you did get the symptoms of COVID-19, and you got it right really bad somehow. So after a week or two, you thought, right, I need to test my eyes because apparently COVID-19 affects your eyesight. And I say bullshit on that one, Mr. Cummings. Totally and utterly bullshit on that. If you have got bad eyesight, you wouldn't put your wife, who was still suffering from COVID-19, and your autistic kid in the car to go on a 15-mile round trip, which was a 15-mile trip, which is a 30-mile round trip all in all, to the castle, to Dunster Castle, whatever you want to call it, yes, to see if you could see to drive. And you were seen on numerous occasions. Okay, no one took a selfie with you, but they knew who you looked like. A bald-headed buffoon. Yes, You were never stopped by the cops, but if the cops did stop you, they'd give you a good old talking to and say, bugger off back to London where you came from, Mr. Cummings. You are not a special case. So, you went to the castle, or near it, and sat down, and people saw you. People saw you, Mr. Cummings, yes. You have broken the spirit of the lockdown. You went back to London to your daily job as a spin doctor to spin a load of bullshit to Alexander Johnson, yes? Or Bonkers Boris, if we can call him that. Yes, am I right? And it all came out weeks later. Yes, weeks later it came out. So, you had a right grilling by the press in the Rose Garden at number 10, and you justified everything you did. How dare you justify everything you did? You took the piss out of the public who sacrificed everything. Some of them lost their jobs. Some of them lost families to this disease. Yes, and you took the right raw piss out of it because you thought you were special. You're no one special, Mr. Cummings. You're no one special. Yes, you may be a spin doctor, but you're not a real doctor. You just spin on things like that, yes? Exactly. So, please, Mr. Cummings, you should have done the decent thing and stayed at home and looked after your kid, or find some childcare in the locality. Right. So, this is more grilling. You haven't got the balls to resign, and Alexander Johnson hasn't got the balls to sack you. He's showing weak leadership, and he hasn't got the balls to sack his housing minister for Tory sleaze. Shame. You broke the spirit of the lockdown. One rule for you, and another rule for everybody else. And that's why people are buggering off to beaches, yes, having rave parties, block parties and house parties, illegally, mind you, going on protest about 5G installation, the vaccine, lockdowns, and Black Lives Matter and all this governs, knocking down statues, all the malarkey, because you've caused this stupidity. People going to the beach because they think they have the right to. Well, thanks to you, the second wave has come, or it's coming. Look what's happening in Leicester, my friend. Look what's happening in Leicester. They have to lock down in 48 hours because of you. All these youngsters, these millennials and alphas think they're immortal, all because of what you did. You broke the spirit of the lockdown. You know it, I know it, and everybody else knows it. And I, the Weather Wizard, will hold you account if more people die of this disease. So what'll it be, Cummings? Carry on in your job, or resign, or wait till the public inquiry comes along? Because I'd rather see you resign or the sack, Mr. Cummings. You are no good for this government. You've got a hidden agenda. You're a nasty piece of work, Mr. Cummings. And you know it, and I know it, and everyone else knows it. Boris Johnson hasn't got a backbone to sack you, because you've got something on him. Admit it, Mr. Cummings. You know his weakness. Is it a bad haircut? I don't know, but you know his weakness. So, stop having a hold on him. Yes? You don't run the country. It's Boris Johnson. Even though I didn't vote for Boris, he's still a man for the job, but he's not doing his job right because you've given bad information, bad info, bad Cummings, bad Cummings. You need to resign. People are turning on you, and they're still turning on you. People are still protesting about gobbins and gubbins, going to the beach, getting a suntan, having block parties, going to the parks to say, if he can do it, so can we. You need to do the decent things, Mr. Cummings. You need to resign or face the sack. But don't wait till the public inquiry. Resign. This is my roasting of you. You will be held accountable for what you did. And you think you're special because you're not. But by the way, not Facebook, but YouTubers, I need 100 subscribers to do live feeds on YouTube. Without doing live feeds, I need 1,000 subscribers. That is the stipulation. I need 1,000 subscribers so I can do a live feed on YouTube. I don't want to do these pre-recorded videos, yes? Yes! So, onwards and upwards, my friends. 100 subscribers by probably middle of next month or end of next month. And 1,000, not 100. So I can do live feeds, but Dominic Cummings, be warned, be warned. You need to resign because you basically disrupted the spirit of the lockdown. Mark my words, you will face the sack or you resign. Don't wait till the public inquiry, because the Weather Wizard is on your case. And please, please, feel free to do an answer back video on YouTube about my saying, because I've roasted you with a chestnut. Yes, I've roasted you. I'm not happy with idiots, COVID idiots like you, disrupting the spirit of the lockdown. I've respected the lockdown. I've social distancing. I've worn masks, gloves, washed my hands every day. I haven't gone to any protests about anything and anything. Beaches, raves, I would love to go, but I can't because I don't want to get the deadly disease called the COVID or even called COVID or the dreaded lurgy. It's called the dreaded lurgy. I don't want to get the dreaded lurgy. Yes, so I hope you're watching this. I hope you're sharing this. Share this out to everyone. It may even get to Dominic Cummings, and I would like a Facebook, not a Facebook, but a YouTube video of him justifying what he did. That press conference in the Rose Garden wasn't good enough. You need to be answerable to the public, not journalists who drag people through the mud or not tell the truth. So I expect a call back from you on YouTube with Cummings within probably the week. I want 1,000 subscribers so I can go live. So Dominic Cummings, what'll it be? Resign or face a sack? Or face the global public inquiry on COVID-19 and all the tendrils that come out of it? So, over and out, and I hope to get your reply. But I want 1,000 subscribers, please. I need to do live videos. So, over and out, and so long, and see you next time. The next recipient of the roast is Piers Morgan.